Hello there. We're going to wait for folks to show. Hi
Hi
there.
there. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can. Oh, glad to see
Oh,
you.
I'm glad to see you too. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to see another
Nice
female.
to see you too. Thank you. This is- Let me see.
Yeah.
I've been saw the email today. I've been having before, but then I was like, I
Yeah.
never look at it until today. I was like, okay, you need to sign
Oh,
today
right, right.
to get on time.
You're like, oh, I'll be there on time. Wait, when does it
Yeah.
start? That's
I was like confused with the time. I was like 1 hour early here.
mm-hmm. I do the same thing. I got some California clients, and that one I get messed up. I get, wait,
With
is
the
it
time.
2 or is it 3? And I used to live in Arizona when they don't have it.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have time zone changes, which says a lot that we need it. I mean, not time zones, but the back and forward,
Of doing the
which
job
is,
and everything
yeah, the
else like
seasons.
that.
Yeah, yeah. So they don't
I know
change.
it's hard.
It could be two
I was
hours.
looking. Yeah, like I was like looking for the time and I was like, I am in the north right now.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
the exact time? It's gonna be tomorrow. I was like, it's going to be tomorrow, maybe in the morning.
yeah. All right. Where are you? You said the East Coast?
So no, I am here in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So I'm here, that's why, but the time change is
Yeah.
like with you it's like 1 hour. I mean, I have 1 hour before, so you
Mhm.
have one more hour.
Right,
So
right.
that's why it changed the time. Because I was on the Zoom meeting, and then the time was like it's like charging and they're not working. I was like, maybe it's not the time right now, or maybe it passed already.
I don't know, I have to double check because it should say like the time zone that it's
Yeah,
in.
it said
Yeah.
it was saying like 3:30, but here was 2:30. Like
Yeah.
there it was like 2:30, and here was like 3:30 already.
Uh,
So that's why it was like different time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha,
But it
gotcha.
was yes, but we
Okay.
are here,
Yeah,
and
we're
I'm
here.
glad
You
to
made
be
it.
here today.
That's all that matters. You
That I
made
make
it.
it. Yes.
Awesome. So I'm trying to see the best way. Let's do this.
Let me
There we
turn on
go.
the light
I've
here.
realized not, so I use Google presentation tools, but I don't
Mhm.
like the way it rotates. So I have to convert to PDF and then it's just easier.
Yeah,
So
it's fine. I know that it take time, so it will be fine.
yeah, but we're all good. So
Yeah.
we got, and just so you know, the way I run these, it's just like you have now. I usually just kind of, it's really free form, have a conversation. I'm going to present, I'm going to give examples in this case, but feel free to just ask a question. Like this isn't a one way street here. I am here to help you guys and answer questions as you go along. So if I talk too fast or I don't explain something right enough, feel free to just, Christina, I have a question. Yes.
No, you're doing
How
great.
can I
Thank
help
you.
you?
So it's only you and I, or are you gonna be someone else,
No,
or?
we got uh we got
Oh,
we got some folks are hopping in here.
oh, good.
Yeah, so there'll be some others.
Okay,
I
nice.
attended last week, I attended a webinar for another moving company. I forget who it was. It was a virtual convention kind of thing. It seemed pretty cool. I liked it. Really good. They had smart moving there, and so it was good to hear what they had to say. So, and yeah, and anybody, you, you don't have to show your face. It's okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you don't have to do video. It's okay. If you just want to hang out and chat and just listen, you can lurk. I get it. Been there. Feel free to put something in the chat if you have any
Thank
questions.
you. Yes.
Yeah, of course, of course. Happy to help. So I'm just going to get started because I know everybody
Okay.
is busy. And so the way I do things right now is I just kind of, um, I'm going to share with you just the checklist that I have when it comes to creating a high converting website. I have the checklist. I'm going to share that with you, but I am just going to open up websites. I feel like it's just better visually when we're talking about website. It's just go to websites. And I am happy to look at your website at the same time. If you want me to just kind of look at it and give my opinion on it, again, my opinion, but happy to do that as well. So I'm just going to kick this off for now. I just do want to ask you that you just kind of turn off your cell phones and your Facebook stuff and your YouTubes and your shorts and your TikToks and just kind of set it aside for a while. and just kind of focus right now. This is for you. This is your business. So I want to help you grow. And one way we do that is by kind of taking every opportunity to learn. And this is one of those opportunities. So this is my system here. When I talk about our program, it kind of starts with the website, which is what we're going to talk about today, is a high converting website. But then there's 5 other elements to this when it comes to
Like you have 6.
Yep. Well, 1 and then 5 more. Reputation management,
Okay.
search solutions, which could be search, pay per leads like Angie, or I've got to turn, hold on, let me change the way this hops in here. Hold on, let's see here. I don't want the
Oh, someone's shining.
time. There we go. And expanding your reach would be social email marketing. So you kind of get beyond just people looking for you. You're kind of pushing a little bit.
Showing there. Mhm.
Marketing automation, and which includes not always being the one to do all the emailing and the phone callings, but there are some ways that we can help automate email marketing, text messaging. Like you got the text message from me today. We can do the kind of the same thing when you have people looking to book some moves. And then always the most important part of all this is analysis and reporting. So always being tracking what's working and not working, which again goes back to the website, which we'll get into. So right now, maximize conversion. So website is the first one. These are just very clear methods to triple your sales. So each one of these gives its own element when it comes to tripling sales. We're going to talk about the website. You can convert 2 to 10 times more leads for visitors that visit your website without spending a ton on fancy web designers and fancy elements and fancy graphic design. So we're going to talk about that. Everything that I'm going to give you is something you guys could do yourself. I'm not going to go into more detail here, but this is just another element of all the different points when it comes to maximizing all of your leads. Again, we're talking about your website right now, but all of these kind of direct into your website. I don't care if people have heard of you and you do referrals and you've got people that are like a neighbor said, you guys are doing a really great job. Well, I recommend them. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to your website.
To your website, that's true.
Yeah. So the first, I mean, you'd be surprised. Some people say I don't need to have a professional site, and you might be right. But what you don't know is how many people don't call you because they go to your site and there's something off by it. Now, I'm going to go over cultivating that online presence on your website, some effective conversion points. I've got about a 50-point checklist on your conversion for your website. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about some methods to boost it. And again, I'm going to open up websites. We're going to just random. I just found a few websites yesterday, found them, bookmarked them just as examples. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, great. I'll do that too. Sorry. Derek wants me to look at one of his websites. Now, a little bit about me, if you don't know, I have been in the digital marketing space for 25 years. This will be my, God forbid, what is 25 years now? Is that diamond? I don't know. That's 50.
Stop.
Feeling old. I spent 10 years as a Defense Department logistician. So I was responsible for inventories. We did all of the movement of different containers all the way from the Gulf War back home. So I worked in DC. I lived in Virginia. I was in Northern Virginia for 10 years. I went to George Mason.
Oh, so I am in Sterling right now. So you've been around here before.
Been around there.
So
That's
how
right.
long you was here?
I was there from 84 until 96, but 10 years I was with the Defense Department. So I worked at the Pentagon and a couple other places.
Wow.
Logistician. I've been a speaker mentor. I've worked with contractors all over the country in different formats, from plumbers to roofers to gardeners. And I've just in the past 3 years kind of been focusing on moving companies. I am kind of a CMO for one of my bigger companies, a moving company here in Houston. I've also the wife of a Marine Corps and also the daughter of Air Force. So if you want to know somebody that's moved a lot, I've moved pretty much every 3 years of my life since I was born. And so I can tell you from the other side, from the professional side, working as a logistician, but also from the personal side, from commercial to, I mean, you name it, I've done it. Personal moves, commercial moves, military moves, U-Haul moves, you name it, I've done it. And so very experienced. I didn't own a moving company, but I've kind of this periphery around the moving company world. So I'm going to move on. Some of the problems that I see is we've got kind of the marketing
Big
investment.
marketing.
Yeah, when we have websites, we spend a lot of money on a website. And I'll be honest with you, when I get some folks that come in who are barely a year in business, I will point blank tell them, don't hire me. You don't need me right now. Go over to Wix, go to Squarespace, get a nice template, get something up, put your money into other marketing materials. As much as I want to say your website is the core, it's the foundation of your marketing. If you're just starting out, I recommend just doing as much yourself, having a friend. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with a Wix website, a Squarespace. It's not going to get you tons of leads and conversion in the beginning, but if you know, unless you've got some invested money, I'd rather you guys put money more into generating the leads back to the site. Keep it simple. The other problem is you've got traffic, but you're not actually getting the right kind of leads. That's what I hear a lot as well. As you grow, as the company gets bigger, as you will start having more of that problem regardless. But your website can help reduce that. So you get clear about who you are, which means you've got a low ROI, and which is not a good feeling to have. You're going to have parked trucks, empty schedules, which is, you know, not a good place to be. So a great website is built to convert. And where am I here? Am I missing? Nope. That is its sole purpose, is to convert people. I don't care if it's of a service page, a home page, a contact page, estimate page, a landing page. I don't care. Every page is built to convert. That's its whole purpose in being. Some of it is an SEO type of site where you might have some articles that its whole point is to get found on search engines. But even still, I'm going to interlink, and I'm still going to have the phone number on every page. I'm still going to have a way to request an estimate, even on a blog post. So we want to consistently convert visitors and callers to lead. I want to fill the schedule with trucks running, and I want some momentum. I want consistent growth. So what you do is you start and you build on it. One of my bigger clients, we started out about 4 years ago, right at the peak of the pandemic. Started out with them, new website, and it's just only grown from there. We're in the middle of designing another site. Every 2 years, we like to kind of redo it. If you've got an old site, I would say 2 years is minimum. 3 or 4, you're going to look at redesigning the site. And let me go. I've got something that I'm missing here. There we go. Let me get back. Since I'm using my PDF, my notes aren't with me right now. So if you're going to talk about today, what we're going to talk about today definitely is getting you to success, where I just want to hear more phones ringing. I want more trucks running, and I want business. That's my whole sole goal. That's why I'm here, to help you get there. Back to the whole point. Your website is your hub. It is what people, like I said, even if they've heard you on a social media post, you might be directing from a paid ad, even an Angie's List or some of these other pay per leads like Google Local Search, Google Local Service ads. They're going to look you up. They're going to look you up. They're going to search for your brand and just get that sense of, is this the kind of company I want to be working with before they call you? If they call you, right, they go through these paper lead systems. You get immediate call back from 10, 15 different companies is what happens. So how are you going to set yourself apart? For sure, it's the quick follow-up, the quick phone call. But at the same time, they are going to look you up. They want to know who you are, what your background is, your accreditations, and you'd be surprised. You might lose the lead. If people go, yeah, they just kind of ghost us. Well, yeah, sometimes they go with the other company, but they may have gone to your website. What we don't want to do, we don't want that to happen. So back to my conversion. Why is this so important? Let's just say you have about 500 leads a month coming in right now. We've got a 5% conversion rate, scenario 1, where we maybe have a $1,500 average move. So that's only about 25 leads coming through, book jobs, which leads you to a $37,500 per month, right? That's right? Not the greatest. Now, scenario 2, if I just increase that conversion by 10%, we've just, what, tripled our total value for that month. So this is where just the smallest conversion, and again, there's two types in conversions. One conversion is the marketing. They picked up the phone and called. The other type of conversion is they actually booked the job. So we've kind of have 2 points of entry here, and either one, they'll drop off. So we want to optimize both conversions on both ends, from the marketing side to the sales side. So what are we doing here? How are we making sure that we're optimizing 15% conversion? And it could be the quick follow-up. Real quick, I know for a fact that if you don't pick up the phone, you got about 15 minutes. So if somebody calls you, you really should have a 15-minute time frame to pick up that phone and call. So, on a Sunday night, it just depends. What I recommend, if you don't have somebody answering the phones for you on the weekends, that you have some sort of system that they know that when they left the message, that you will be calling them back. That could be a return text message that could be automated, or an email that's, hey, we got your call. We're happy to talk. Our office opens up first thing Monday morning. We will call you. It's just the sense that you've got my information and I don't have to think about calling you Monday morning. So that follow-up is super, super important, which again coming in from your website. So to be clear, I'm not going to talk about SEO tactics during this workshop. I'm not going to go into location pages and meta titles and all that stuff. Pretty much when we build sites, they're optimized well. You're going to have the right content. It's going to be organized and performance. That in itself is something you want to think about for SEO, but there's a whole other side. I'm not going to get into choosing the right keywords and where to put them and all that fun stuff. Now, if you want to follow me, go to this link. It is where'd my link go? I had it all up. There you are. It looks like this. So I'm going to show that to you again. That link right there.
Down.
Yep. mmrlinks.com/convert-checklist. This is what
Yeah,
I'm going to be off on. Yeah. Did you get it?
yes,
Perfect. Y'all good? Can you guys give
I
me
will do it.
I'm going to follow the whole. Can you give me a
Okay.
one? For those of those that want to say anything, just give me one if you're following along, if I'm making sense. And did you get the link?
Well, I got the link.
Cool. All right. No one's no one's gonna say, no one's gonna be. All right, no worries. All right, let's see here. Moving on. Now, I'm going to open this. I'm going to move this over here so I can get to it faster. Now, this is just an example of kind of a before and after. And this is what I mean by always iterating, always updating, always checking your website, keeping it consistent, keeping it updated. So this was the website before in 2019, and this was 2020. So, it's not drastic change. It's just making very clear about what were the calls to actions. And we moved things around. We made clear the navigation got a little clearer. The phone number got a little brighter. The social medias got pushed down. And now we're in the middle of redesigning again, one more time. The buttons are bright. It's the first thing you see because I really, really want a phone call. I'm not real keen on forms. I don't believe they convert as well as when somebody actually picks up the phone and calls. So I'm pushing phone numbers. And that's why the phone number is super bright orange. It's at the top. We might even move it a little further over because again, the eye goes left, right, and then down. So, but that phone number is bright orange, and on a mobile version, it's at the bottom it's just sticky at the bottom, which I'll show you. I'll open up website soon in a second. So I'm going to ask you guys, what is the one element that will have the biggest impact on the overall result of your internet marketing? What do you think that would be? Because we're talking about it today. It should be an easy answer. Throw it in the chat. I'm just curious. Or say it out loud. It's fine. Unmute. Totally cool. No. Put it in the chat. guys gotta help me out. I gotta see if you guys are listening. What do you think the biggest element impact would be on your internet marketing? We're not going to, okay. Moving on. All right. So first off, definitely it's conversions, right? Optimizing your website for conversions. That's probably one of the biggest elements that you want to, one of the biggest impacts you can do with your digital marketing is making sure your website is converting. All right. Now I'm going to get into the meat of this. I'm going to start off with being strategic. And I've just got this list. This isn't going to be fancy here. I'm not a big old slide person, but I'm going to start with strategic and read through some of this list, but I want to open up as some of the examples that I have that to show you what I mean by strategic. So first is speaking to your target avatar. I don't care who you are, you all have the perfect customer in your brain. So when you're building your site, always think of that person. Think of the demographics, where they live, who they are, how they spend their day. All those things need to be always in your brain when you're building the site. I know for some it's housewives because they want more residential. Some of them are commercial. Some of them are, they have a certain income level and a certain demographic. And I just always be thinking about what their fears are and their frustrations and speak to why they should choose you. From experience, being in the military, moving was always done by me and me alone. My husband typically took off. He was already in the next assignment and I was alone. So that was a fear, was packing up the house by myself. And then when I had kids, that was another part. So I'm always thinking about who are these people, and everybody has their own niche, their own thing. I spoke to somebody yesterday and he's got exactly who he likes to work with. And he practically picks them out. He will say no. If there's any little red flag, it's a no-go. Thank you very much. Just because he doesn't want he just knows who he works best with. So think about that as well. And it's okay to be picky. It's okay to have those people as images, as photos on your website. I'll say it repeatedly. I'm not a real fan of stock photos. I don't understand why we have to have a bunch of guys in blue bibs everywhere. Nobody wears blue bibs in the US. So always take pictures, and this will be part of it too. Now, get the basics in order. Your phone number is in the right-hand corner, top right-hand corner all the time. Don't call me, not a button that says call me. I'm going to see if I've got an example of that. See the phone number, always the phone number. The phone number is what you want. Do not have a button that says call me. And then obviously it might call on a mobile device, but so we don't have a phone number. Now they might have a different call to action. They may not want phone calls. I don't know why down here, but if I come to a sub page, they keep the phone number here, but I'm one at always at the top right. Because once I scroll past it, where's the phone number? There's one here, but now I'm down here, the phone number is gone. So I'm always just the phone number needs to be the upper right at all times. Now, again, if I'm on a desktop and I see the phone number, I have to click it and it will open up maybe my Google Voice, but not everybody has that. So having that phone number visible allows me to use my phone and call. Most people are using mobile devices, more than half, but there's still people looking at your site here. So always have the phone number. Get your logo on the left, menus at the top. I have seen websites with a menu on the left. It's interesting. It jars you for a second. So I'm not real keen on it when it comes to service-oriented business. It's more of a quick. I don't want people to have to think where the menu is and what to do. So menu at the, yeah, right. Footer with more company links outside of the primary menu. So the footer is meant for those areas where you don't want to fill up your top menu and just with crazy amount of links. So this is where you can kind of augment that with maybe a careers page, maybe your team page or something where you have the locations page. You still want to have service areas, but you can get kind of the nitty gritty down here and kind of literally kind of list them out. But my point is that this is where you want to have all the extra stuff, the address. This is where you want to put your social media buttons. I don't recommend social media buttons at the top. You're almost asking them to leave your site immediately. So put them on the bottom. But that footer is where you want to have your text.license, any media links. Now, the other from a strategic level, so make sure you're actively updating the website, and actively meaning at least once a month. You're going in there once a month, whether you're adding a blog, you're changing a photo out of a team member, you're maybe updating some of the services, maybe you add a service, delete, whatever that is, at least once a month, go in there and make a change. Is it easy to navigate? Can I find what I need quickly? So this to me is a little busy. We've got social medias at the top. So again, the first instinct is to click away. And now what? You just spent $75 to get somebody to your website, and now you clicked them away to Facebook, and I guarantee you they're coming up here and looking at their notifications and they're gone. So let's not do that. Let's put them at the bottom, make the navigation easy. This is a little tough. Imagine this on a mobile device. I don't know what this looks like, but that's a lot to have to scroll on a mobile device. Is it super long? Is it easy to navigate? Do we have it's a little tough. So just, I would kind of make sure that your navigation is easy and spread out. A lot of the times I would recommend get rid of the home. Your logo is always your home. And so it's kind of duplicitous nowadays. People know that the logo takes you home. So I like to be able to spread out, easy to read the navigation, and kind of get rid of some items. And then just utilize the footer as much as possible. Super long homepage as much as possible. This is a little too much. You might want to clean that up a little bit more. Consider live chat. I don't know what you guys think of, what your thoughts are on live chat. My experience is if you're going to have live chat, make sure you've got people that are on it all the time, ready to answer questions. There's no point in having live chat and nobody's ever there to literally live chat. Now, there are some AI chats that have been kind of building out that you'd be really surprised how well they sound human. But I would say if you're going to do it right. I've seen some of the live chats recently that, where was the one that there's this one here. This guy here, did it pop up? I think it pops up in a second. Is that the one of them? I think 3 Men and a Mover. One of them was here it is. So if you're going to do chat, try not to use it where I have to have an Instagram or a Facebook account. It doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make sense. I get why they're doing it, because if I hit start chat, it pulls in my Facebook account and feeds in my name and I get a fixed Facebook pixel. But my husband doesn't have Facebook. My 17-year-old does not have Facebook. She has Instagram, but I guarantee you she wouldn't be opening up Messenger. She's going to SMS text, or WhatsApp is the other one. So I prefer a chat tool that is real time, and you can have that conversation outside of these platforms. Again, if something happens with your Facebook account, which it has happened, people's Facebook accounts, company Facebook accounts get suspended, and now what? So I just rather have that separate. But if you're going to do it, be there and be ready. I believe I was looking at 3 Men Movers, wanted to see what they did. Theirs pops up a little later too. And again, if you're going to do it, then there it is. So I get your name, your email, and your phone number in my system. So this will be connected to their system, not Facebook's. And I can have that conversation. So, we got a live chat. I don't know if I fill this out. I'm sure somebody would answer pretty quickly, but that would be, again, if you're going to do chat, make sure that somebody is there to answer. If you got a weekends, let them know. It just, how well are you going to use it? That's kind of my point. I do recommend engaging via SMS and using some marketing automation. Matt and I had a good debate yesterday on this. He's not real keen on marketing automation. He likes that personal touch, and I respect that. I personally feel that as you grow, that becomes harder and harder. So as you get 100, 200, 500 leads in, it's a little difficult to get one-on-ones. And so having the proper marketing automation, it was good because Matt gave me some feedback on mine. So I'll go back and I'll make some edits and changes. but you can make it somewhat more personal. You just have to make sure that the automation is okay. SMS definitely is something I would recommend. I know, again, I've got a 22-year-old and a 17-year-old daughters, and they live their life. That's how they speak to each other. Pure and simple SMS conversations. They Snapchat for sure, but SMS is the main tool. The thought of picking up the phone and speaking to somebody is just terrifying to them. They're like, don't make me do it. So as that age group gets older, we just have to accept the fact that SMS is just one of those marketing tools you're going to have to accept, and you're going to have to build that in. I believe Smart Moving has that. The tools I use have that. It's just, you're going to have to be comfortable doing that. Do you have other conversions? Have you thought about subscribers? That's from a strategic level. You can get people who are thinking about moving. It might not happen in 6 months, and they might be early birds. So they're looking at moving companies. Those are the great, right? They're not asking for this weekend. They're giving you some time, but why not get their name and email? And in the meantime, kind of send them not spammy, once a month kind of email marketing tools that give them a little bit of help. So I do recommend another outside of just an immediate sale, kind of pulling in some subscribers and once a month giving them some helpful advice. I do like the ultimate moving checklist. I see a lot of people have moving checklists on their site. As a person that's moved, I wouldn't use that because I'm going to print it out. So the checklists that we create are PDFs and they're meant to be downloaded. I've had people show up at the house with it printed, and sitting next to them is that checklist that they downloaded just a week earlier. So it is a tool. It's all about building the relationship. You are the authority in this world. So how can we do that with your website? Now I'm going to pull into the copy content is next. So copy content, this is your text, these are your headlines, this is your imagery, this is the visuals, the content and the voice that you're going to have on the website. Does your copy literally unnerve your market's pain points? Do they offer a clear resolution? And I just came up with some thoughts. Is this their first move? I mean, as you have conversations with people, think about those conversations and those worries and those fears. Write them down. Get the sales folks to write those down. Those are great, great topics for blogs, as well as your content, your website pages. Do they have children with them? What does that mean? What do you recommend if there's children? Will their partner be there to help? Do they have antiques in the house? How do you handle that if they've got big antiques? What if, all of us have our automated electronics in the house? I've probably got 5 daggone TVs loaded up on the wall. Are you going to help me move that? So answer those questions. What makes you different? Think about those things that trouble their minds and make them worried about the mover that's coming to their home to pack up their most beloved things. So do they have narrow streets? Do they have a narrow stairway? Is it a small elevator? So think about all those things that they're so worried about when they call somebody. Are you going to take care of me? Put that in your copy. Don't be shy about that. Again, this whole thing is all about you guys being the experts in your field. You know what needs to be done. Make me feel comfortable hiring you because you know what I'm going to have and the kind of people, the kind of equipment, the kind of truck I'm going to need, the padding I'm going to need to move my stuff. What does that look like? Put that in your website. Now, on the flip side, all of that content, is it succinct? Are you clear? Or do you have super long paragraphs of just content because you think that's good for the SEO? It's not. Kinda. It is kinda. But really, the bottom line is you got them to the site. Now what? Now we got to convert them. Well, you can't convert them if you've just got copy, 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 copy. And I believe I have an example. Nope, I didn't get an example. I found one that was, so I've got my C websites. Let's see, is this one? Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's unorganized. I don't know what you want me to do first. It's just text upon text upon text and, environmental statement. I'm not sure if I'm going to read this or not. I'm not sure what the point is on the home page. We've got, I don't know what this is. What is that? Okay. Not sure. A little bit of about us, more text that seems to be right aligned with the stars on the left. Text, text, text. There was one here that was, I think it was their blog that was a bit of a problem. Might not be this one. Nope, nope. Trying to find the one that had, it was just copy. It was just text all the way down. Could be it. Nope, these guys are organized. All right. But I think you guys understand what I mean. It's just text everywhere. Make sure you've got some subheadings that you're breaking up the text. So if you are going to have text, make sure you've broken it up into subheadings. And it's a little, again, we all know this. We skim websites. We'll stop. Don't think that they're not reading some of this stuff, but they are skimming to the next section and are looking at the one that they're most interested in. So always think keeping it short and sweet. And if I need to learn more, like I would have had a link to the packing services page from here. Again, one sentence, we don't have super long paragraphs, but there's still a subheading. We've broken up the content. It's a little easy to follow. We've got the reviews in here. So again, that's what I mean by breaking up content. I think this might be an example, another example. Yeah, I mean, it's a little better. We've got some subheadings in here, broken up with some images, right? But still, it's a lot to read all the way across. I can't even highlight this. There's too much going on here. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot I'm not going to read this. It's too much all the way across the screen. So I would break this up in a little bit more with more subheadings on that. You've got your photo gallery. Again, this probably is a very loaded site. Probably takes a while to load with everything that's going on in all the photos, but it could be organized a little bit better for sure. So here's another example. We've got a paragraph here. I know another one starts, but I am not going to read 4 paragraphs. So if you give me some subheadings, I'll know what that paragraph's about, and then I'll read that. So skimming isn't just skimming the site and just bypassing everything. Skimming is finding the perfect information that I specifically was looking for. Is it legible? Can I read it? Is it too tiny? Is it hard to read we've got, what was the one up here? This one, the very top had it a little difficult to read. It was like purple and blue at the top. Yeah, so see, this is a little difficult to read. I could not read that. That's difficult to read. So all of this should be put at the bottom, except for the contact us and the about us. Everything else, maybe even the reviews, would be at the footer, but that's very hard to read. I would wonder what this looks like yeah. So now it's just from a mobile, it's just not going to work. So careful about how it looks visually, how to read your content. We'll get into the design on this one. Are you using active voice? Do you have any specials or coupons that match the service that they need? So make sure that we're kind of, again, conversion. Am I looking at specials for the upcoming season? Can I get discounts during the off season? So think about the kind of content that's going to just make that extra special oomph. Again, the newsletters would be some content to think about. If you're blogging, I see this a lot. Blogging, you want blogging to be done in the right order with the right headings, the right images, broken down with headings, subheadings, bullets, links, calls to action. And don't forget the author. I think it's kind of funny when I look on people's websites and the blog actually has the marketing agency, like the company that wrote the blog. It's a little, okay, I now know who you're working with. So the author should be the owner of the company or the office manager or the salesperson. I don't care, but the author is part of the website's authority building. If you're going to blog, put the author. You don't have to put the date, put the categories, but make it easy for me to find the article that I might be looking for. And they do look for this stuff. It is not only meant for SEO fodder. It is also, we like to use it for email newsletters. So especially on the seasonal times, if you've got a Christmas coming up, well, how do you move during the holiday season is a great blog post that then incorporates to a social media, sharing all the different parts of the blog that always drive them back to your website. So always organize your blog correctly, incorporate your authors, and use relative images. It's hard at first. You were so tempted to use stock images. I get it. You might not have the team right now. You might not have the t-shirts and the branding ready, but as soon as you can, start taking a bunch of photos. Keep that in a drive somewhere. Use that for your social media and your website. I just don't recommend using stock photos. We see them the same photos over and over again. It's okay, I guess, from a target market if you want a family that's moving in, but do your best to customize it as much as possible, and do really leverage your team, your office. You should be part of this content, your story. I would also say, I think I skipped this too. When you're building your content, do not forget your About Us page. Please, please, please have an About Us page that really doesn't just say, here's our mission, here's what we do. Well, I already know you're a moving company and you're probably very special and you're probably qualified and probably do all these great things as a moving company, but I really want to know your story. If I look at most analytics, the typical pattern is the home page, maybe the service page, the About Us page, then the estimate page. They do go to they look to see, are you a family? Because sometimes, and I've had conversations too, people want to know are you local? Are you here? And part of that, are you part of the community? You can do that by having an About Us page, which I do have that example. So here's one from Shamrock. This one, this is he's got even a neat little old photo, it looks like from the 70s, founded in 1975. There's a little bit of a story here, missing some subheadings. I would also have in here his team. So who's actually part of the company? Who's going to be showing up at my house? I would, to add to this, if it were me, I would have the guys in front of the truck, everybody. And I'll show you an example of what that would look like. So here is one of our clients, and I do like their About Us page because they're very involved in the community. They do a bike drive, a children's bike drive. So they take a bunch of those photos. We throw those on social media. They're part of the community. The team they have a little softball team. They've got all kinds of photos that I can grab from the storage side, to the moving side, to the office. I can grab these and we can add these to the website. And the more of these, the better. I can switch them out. And again, some people are like, well, my team is contracted. I just feel that if they're okay with it, I would still take the picture. I would still have everybody in front of your truck and take a really, really great picture. And I think, I think it's Ox Strong. These are professional shots. If you can afford it, definitely spend a little bit of money in professional shots. Try and do that. And when you do the shots, make sure you're wearing all the branded t-shirts, you got your hats, you got your truck is branded. Make sure the boxes we can kind of work on, but if you've got branded boxes, incorporate that in your photography. But it really, really helps the whole branding of the site, and it keeps the message strong. I'm trying to think, there's another one, Elite 2. So they got their guys on here, right? So I just love this photo. I think they're all just like, they're so ready to work. Like, I just feel like they're like gung-ho. But it's a simple photo. I don't know. They might be contractors, I don't know, but they're all look like they're a unit and a team. So I need that kind of About Us, that kind of content on your site that really pushes the brand and pushes the team and the company culture. I have to also tell you, it is very helpful when you're looking for moving people to help you move and be part of the team. It does, it lends itself to that, especially the guys that are willing to stick around. And I just feel having that culture, that team page helps that side. All right. Talking a little bit about design, keep it visually simple. Don't try to overload it with a bunch of fancy stuff. I see this a lot. They want the video on the homepage, which is fine, but make sure that if you're going to do that, it loads quickly. This one is power movers here. So this again is the power movers. This one was just not a lot of room to breathe here. There's a lot going on. And I'm not real keen on the design at this point. We're shoving text in there and headings and all kinds of different fonts. I got this font that's italicized. I got uppercase font. I got this font that looks like it's bold. There's a lot going on here and it's hard to keep track. We don't have any space or room to breathe. So there's no gap in between here. It just all gets packed together. We have a lot. We got I don't mind the images kind of expanding a little bit. Again, this is very hard to read. I can't even select this stuff. I got a JavaScript you can't select. It's hard, again, when you put the photos in the background, I know it's kind of cool, especially the parallax, but keep it simple. Don't use it too much. Maybe one page or one section you might want to do. We do it, but doing it for every single section is a little much. And then a lot of this stuff, I just don't recommend a lot of animation on the site. Having it once or twice is okay, but with every element, I don't recommend it. I'd be curious what this would look like on a mobile device, how that works. Because again, mostly 52% of your users are on a mobile. So always think about that. There's just a lot going on here. And in relation to one that is like this is the video that we see a lot. And I get it and I understand it. I mean, look at the team, everyone rushes up. It's a great visual, it's a great culture. But if you're going to do this, make sure that it is compressed enough that the site loads fast. It will affect your SEO. I would say on a mobile device, you can make it so that that image, that video doesn't load on a mobile device. Again, I would use the video. I think it's cool. It's professional. We've got it all branded. We've got the logos everywhere. People are active and working. I do like the video, but having that video on it does take a while to load, and that will affect your SEO. And I'll guarantee the thing too is that most people look at this for about 3 seconds and boom, we're gone. So whatever you've done to put everything else on here usually isn't seen. Then also make sure if you're coming in here, yeah, so you don't put the video on the other pages, which is good. But all right, which does lead me to make sure that the most important information is clearly visible and it's easy to find. Is the branding consistent? Is the messaging consistent? Like I mentioned before on the other site, multiple colors, multiple styles. We got different kinds of things happening. We got different sections doing different things. Different margins are different. It doesn't help a user. It gets a little confusing and overwhelming to see a site like that. And they will most likely bounce away pretty quickly. Just be real careful when you're doing fancy stuff and not try to do too much. I just had my 17-year-old is on an art. And the first thing I told her when she started art class was to not have too many fonts in any of her stuff. Is it mobile friendly? I would say I should probably move this to number 1. So the problem I see is people get these websites built and they don't look at it from a mobile, like opening it up on your mobile site. What happens? On the website that we do, I'll see if I can quickly get to it. There is a button that we add. We do here really quick. Here we go. So this, I don't know if I can see this. Can you see me? So you'll notice that as I scroll, that button stays always at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. And then buttons at the top, very clear, easy to find. The menu is clear, easy to understand. We try to keep it very succinct. I don't like having these massive menus. I'm just trying to get them to where I want to get them and move on. So always look at that website, mobile friendly. Is the phone number always visible? And can you understand what the website's trying to do from such a small screen? Are all the elements visible? Sometimes I've seen menus disappear. I've seen phone numbers completely disappear, but and then calls to action, the forms are difficult to use. There's too many. Minimum, try not to add stock photos. avoid as many of the stock photos as possible. Like I mentioned earlier, I won't repeat that side. Just do as much as you can with your own photos. It's okay to use your phone. I've got the iPhone 15. It takes fabulous photos. Do landscape, because I can't take a I can't take a portrait photo and have it fit here. So do mix of, but more of the landscape as much as possible, and tell that to your photographer too. I tend to get these photographers now that just do full on portraits. I can't do much with that. I can't create, 2,500 pixel width website images like that. They get cropped and you only get a little piece of it. So just be clear when you're using some of these photos. Again, stock photos, use minimally. High quality photography of real people, places, and products. I do recommend taking the photos of your locality. Talked about this with Matt yesterday. When you take a photo with your phone, it's geotagged, and that is a part of your SEO strategy, is to have geotagged images with the right image name. So when you do upload it, if you've got, for us, we would upload a Houston residential mover and maybe a descriptor of the photo .jpg. So don't upload img underscore 452 from what your iPhone might have created for you. Redo that name so that it has a proper name, a proper alt tag, and it's geotagged. Then use that same photo on your Google business profile. But try and take the locality photos. Try and take pictures. If you're in the suburbs or like New Jersey, take the pictures of your truck in New Jersey, driving around, parked, unloading in your locality. If you're doing local, if you're doing national, obviously, but if you're trying to get more local business, take the photos of the local areas. Here in Houston, it's pretty big, pretty wide. You can take an hour to get just to the north of Houston, but we'll do the Woodlands and we'll do Sugarland, which is again about an hour's difference, but one moving company will do all. But we will take photos of Woodlands. We'll take photos in the Sugarland. We'll take photos in Katy. We'll take photos in Pearland, of them in these different locations for the geotag. But not only that, but from a design standpoint, I want people to feel like they're here. This isn't a national van lines company. This is a local company and they work in my community. So does your banner and header guide attention to the most important elements? Which one was it that had too much going on when you first loaded it? Where did he go? This could be one of them. We got a lot going on. I think this is not loaded at first. Where did he go? Sorry, guys. I kind of get overwhelmed. There's so many sites I look at on a daily basis. Where's the busy one? Here's one that bothered me. I don't know what you want me to do next. Do you want local office or toll free? Which one do you want? Do you want me to call the 713 number or this number? Yeah, Daniel, I will. Let me get through this. I'm almost through it. So forms versus calls. Decide your best converting tool. Is it a form or a phone call? I believe it's a phone call, but you guys might be different. Ensure that there is a web form that customers can fill out and ask one or two qualifying questions. Make sure you're asking, is this pack only? Is this move only? Is this, just ask those kinds of questions in the form, but don't get too complicated. I think the more, the bigger, the less likely they're going to finish it. Only absolutely fields. Hierarchy, visually simple. Try not to have multiple columns and, different, a whole bunch of sections that take up an entire page. Be very clear. And I do want to also mention that you want to have a proper thank you page. So when I fill out my form, I need to feel like I have completed something, not just a little message that says thank you. I want a landing page, a thank you page with a video. Here's what to expect next. You're going to hear from one of our salespeople. So proper thank you page. I'm going to stop for a second because, Daniel had a good point. Are you guys following along with me? Where are you guys in all this? You can unmute. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm following along. I'm just taking my notes. I'm
Okay.
also just trying to understand, but the whole video concept, like incorporating videos in the basically in the website, I think that's a very good idea since I thought about it and our competitors they also have like a bunch of like they have rebranded and like they use videos way too much. And now that I know about it, I feel like we're kind of missing out on that opportunity. So yeah, we're definitely this is something to think about to add to our website. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, and I would also recommend you need to be comfortable in front of the camera and talking to people on the video. It's either you or somebody else in the business, but the best person is you, and just kind of take that responsibility on, and maybe once or twice a month create a video. I would even post it on social media as much as possible. But yeah, use as much of the video as possible, which again moves on to the video side, but keep it short. People aren't going to watch anything over than 2 minutes. So if you have to break it up, so if you have a residential video, a packing video, utilize that. So you can kind of get a whole video sequence done in one day and utilize it for the whole year. Just kind of chop them up. I don't like animated explainers. Again, it's all about being upfront and transparent, authentic. In this world that we live in with AI, we've seen it. I mean, I see it on YouTube all the time, these really horrible AI videos. And I think we're all getting tired of it. And it's like white noise now. I usually just pass it because I just can't stand to listen to this voice. So I feel like that's what I'm seeing with these explainer videos. Have a human. Daniel, you be on the video, you talk, it's you, it's transparent. You're the authority, you're the expert, and be that person. And try to have that mix of video, like I mentioned. Try and get testimonials. That's like the top tier reviews. Try to make sure that we're pulling in testimonials that, one, have video would be great. If you're going to do a review, make sure you're incorporating that into the design. Try to use fake photos. We all can tell the fake profile images. So if you don't have a photo, don't put a photo, but make sure you do utilize the ability to incorporate customer testimonials automatically. So if you've got Google, make sure you're pulling that in for sure. Because as you get you don't want to be in there manually updating reviews. So pull in the Google reviews, and every time somebody won, then it gets added. But definitely have a welcome video, one for each service, an explainer video, how to contact you, maybe one against the competition, but try and use it as much as possible. I would also add that performance is probably a thing people forget. There is a tool that you can use to see how your website works. I just did one for Works Moving this afternoon. It's called, so go to pagespeed.web.dev. Put your website address in here and hit analyze. It will kind of give you a score on how well your website is performing according to Google. The Google gods are giving you a hint here. If you've got a 63, it's a bit of a warning. We're looking at first content paintful is 4 seconds. That's really slow. So it's taking 4 seconds before something, just anything, just shows. In the world we live in, I'm saying 2 seconds. Like, I need something fast. So this is telling me this is blank here. Nothing's happening. And then finally something shows. So you can see we got some issues. And this is kind of a technical side. So if you've built the website yourself and you're using Wix, there's really not a lot you can do. And that's why you get someone like my company, where I know exactly what to do here. This is usually a JavaScript, maybe the image is too big. But it's going to give you at least a score. And this is the mobile score. And then you want to look at the desktop score. So desktop's looking pretty good here, right? But Google also looks at the accessibility score. So people that have some disabilities, older, sight issues, blind, whatever, this is going to give you that score. So there's some things that we can do to kind of fix that. But again, look at it from the mobile, because most people are on your mobile, and then also your desktop. So a little bit of work that can be done. SEO is even giving you a score on your SEO. So that's, we don't have descriptive text here. So you've got a link, but there's no descriptive text for it. You've got They're not crawlable. So we got no follows, right? An internal one is no follow. So anyway, I'm getting super technical. You want to make sure that we're uploading images that are the right size. People tend to upload the biggest version, and that could be 10 megabytes, 5 megabytes. That will for sure slow down the site. So make sure when you're uploading, you're kind of cognizant of that. We talked about accessibility, utilize content delivery network. So we use Cloudflare, and it's, so what Cloudflare is a CDN network. So you got your host, and then you got your website, and in between, right, is the internet. So people are coming into the host to get to your website, but we've got we got something in between before they get to you is Cloudflare. And Cloudflare allows us to add more security levels. We can block the bad guys. Some people slam your site, and what we can do is turn them off. We can turn countries off. So someone like in Russia and China just have no business coming to your website. So we'll just block whole countries. And that's what a CDN kind of helps us do, is from a network side, as well as photos. So your photos get distributed on different networks, and it just helps download photos much faster, images, video. If you're going to do video, make sure you use like the YouTube and embed it. Let YouTube manage the bandwidth and the kind of vision, or the kind of player that you're going to see. So if you've got an Android versus an iPhone, they have different players. YouTube automatically will change what that player will be. So just if you're going to do video, go ahead, create a YouTube channel, and then embed the video on your website. Now, last but not least is trust. This is almost the reason why you have a website, especially nowadays. When I come to your website, does it instill trust? Do I feel like this is a legitimate company with the right kind of people? Do they vet them? Is there security in place? Is there a claims process? Do I feel comfortable calling you? And all these things that I've just went through for this past hour, all these things are part of that trust. Be real, have real photos, be authentic. Don't find photos with guys, European guys in blue bibs. We don't do that here. Do I use AI images? You betcha I do. I use Midjourney. I'll go to AI and I'll find some photos, but I'm really careful about the photos that we're using. I've seen people use it, and there goes a third arm, there's a third leg, the arm's outreached 20 feet. So if you're going to use it, be really careful. I'm not saying don't, just watch what gets uploaded. I kind of like it because I can create AI images of real, like honest to goodness men who look like guys, who wear hats, who wear t-shirts and wear the jeans. They're a little scruffy. They're not this super clean cut blue bib wearing. They're just not real. It's just not American movers. God bless them. So that's what I need to see. I want to leverage social proof. So that means showcasing your reviews. I do want to make sure you use your associations that you belong to, any awards that you've won, any community service that you're involved in, have all those on your footer. Do you trust factors, again, is what I just talked about, the associations that you're involved in. If you're part of the chamber, are you part of BNI? Are you part of the Realtors Association? Put all that stuff in there. Are you a member of the Movers Association? Make sure you share your reviews on your website. Most of you guys do, but I would embed whatever you can, embed the Google reviews as just to keep it updated. And I think the last one is clearly communicate your value. There's lots of competition, lots of moving companies. They all do the same thing. What makes you different? So the minute I come to your site, why you? Why should I buy from you? What makes you different? So that would be the 51. Now, Daniel, hop up here.
Yep. Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. What's your website address? Throw it into the chat.
Okay, so we do have a few
Oh,
locations, but we're mainly focusing on our San Francisco and our San Jose location. So here is the URL.
okay. Oh, perfect. A to B movers. All right. Daniel's brave. He's probably got a kick-ass website though. Okay.
Oh, so basically, yeah, this is not like our landing page. Can you just Google like A to B movers? So because this is like if we are having like a direct quote,
Hmm.
we go to that exact page. But if it's just A to B movers, yeah, this one, San Jose.
Which do
And
I?
the third one, so movers San Jose, California.
Okay. Okay. You got me confused here for a second. So why is this not your homepage?
Because we have just tried making like basically get as much data from live sources as we can. And one of our sources is basically sending a client a branded link with a quote. And this is precisely like what we do. However, it does not affect our SEO. And if you just click on the logo in the top left, it will just basically send it over to the, oh, okay. So,
This is your
uh,
homepage right now. It's like it's your homepage is redirecting to the quote.
okay, so I was not aware of that. Okay, I'll have to ask my programmer. However, can you go back and
Sure.
just yeah, we're planning to we were planning from the beginning to for like this to be our
Hmm.
homepage,
Hmm.
but yeah, this is like the thing that we want clients to see when they basically go to our website from Google.
Hmm. So what do you think makes this somebody think you're special, that you're different from another San Jose company?
Well, now that I heard a lot about what you had to say, not a lot.
Hmm.
But basically, I just think that this is like it's pretty simple.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is
That's
you
going
have
to be your
you have
distinguishing factor right here. They're going to look at that and they're going to make a complete decision based on that and then either keep going on or they're just going to price shop immediately. Because that's
yeah.
what you've distinguished yourself as. This is what makes us different is our price per hour. You're going off price, period.
Yeah, and that's precisely
Just what you
what
want.
basically yeah, we were thinking about making like a landing page with a quote like form on the right, and this is what
Hmm.
we had until like last month where we started to like have a completely another link for the form. But right now, yeah, we're more focusing on giving the client information about us straight away.
Hmm.
So, oh, and oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a little QA you probably want to do. And is this an image?
Yeah,
Okay,
this
so
is.
always embed your Google map here.
Mhm.
So if you've got a San Jose location, this should be your Google business profile right here. It shouldn't be an image. Try and connect the
Mhm.
two, because then I can click here and it'll open up the bigger map and I can
The Google
legit,
map, yeah.
yeah, right. Definitely do that from on your contact page. But and this is what I mean by like stock photos, because this is on everybody's website. All of these, it's just the same wet pictures everywhere.
Yeah. And we
If
do
you,
have like better photos of like our
yeah,
customers and our movers,
cool.
and we probably would have to post those ones if
Yes,
not
I would for
enough
sure, because this
stock
to
ones.
me doesn't give me a lot of trust that you're a fly by night company, because
Hmm.
you've rented a truck, and which it could be your truck. I don't know. You might have rented the truck. I don't, that's okay. But you're going off by price. So 129 hours. I don't know what the average is in San Jose, what's considered high and low, but immediately you're going to be right on price. So it's not the brand. Your company isn't going to be the thing that they're going to remember. It's going to be this. And I'm from a marketer standpoint, I just don't believe that's the way to start the relationship. You want to start with you are the best movers in San Jose because,
Yes.
right? So
Mhm.
this is good. You got your reviews in there. I don't know if they're tied.
And I'm sorry, basically, yeah, I have just asked the guy who's actually responsible for the website. He says that we are building it, and I don't want to take a lot of your time,
That's all right.
but can I just give you another like website for it? I don't want to, like to take a lot of your time, but just a first look and tell me what you think. So for another location,
Well, this one's
would you be
better.
available
This
for
is a
that?
little better, but it's the same
Oh
content.
yeah, with the
I'm just
form,
on a
yeah.
sub page. Yeah. Okay. So you are kind of doing it by price. Okay. Catch rate. So if I moving estimator, where's my what's my moving estimator? That's an estimate to get a move. So when I think of a moving estimator, it's a calculator. I could put some numbers and you're going to immediately give me an estimate. But that's not what I have to fill this
Yeah.
out, right? And you're going to call me back with an
That's
estimate.
not.
Yeah, I would call this something different. It's not an estimator. You're going to get me a free quote, a free estimate. But again, we're missing the transparency and who you are. So where's your about? Let's look at your about page. Our company. We passed California Public Utility and Unit mover screening qualification process, and you're fully covered. So yeah, those are good highlights, but I still need to know who you guys are. It's great you've got everything in here. That's again, trust factor for sure. But I don't know who you are. How long have you been in business? Are you new? Are you 20 years, 10 years? Who's your staff look like? So when I call, if Mandy picks up, can I get a picture of Mandy? So there's just some issues that I'm seeing with trust, transparency, and then just really brand. You don't have a logo. How long have you been in business? If you don't mind me asking.
We have basically been in business around 8 years.
8 years.
In San Jose.
Okay.
And in San Francisco, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think at 8 years, I would have built, that's enough time to build a real brand. Not everyone's, it looks like your A2B movers with a period. Is that the logo? So how do I recognize your guys when they come to my door? How do I know it's your guys?
Yeah, basically this is like our logo with the green dot. We just didn't want to like over complicate it, but yeah, this is our logo basically.
Okay. Do your guys wear the A2B movers with a period? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's not enough for as a memorable type of icon-ish, a memorable brand. It's not something I'm going to remember. The name's cool, A2B, but from a design, again, we really need to kind of redo some of the photos with the real photos. So, and then we're missing your authority. So it looks like you've spent a lot of time getting your license and insurance set up. So if you can get those logos of all the different kinds of licenses and associations and all those things that you belong to, I would for sure incorporate that in your footer. And then if you're part of the community, if you're part of any chambers or anything, I would include that. Your more photos of the team. I keep saying that. Your contact us. We're missing your location here. So if I Google your address, oh, is this it's a PO box?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you have a Google business profile?
Yeah, we do.
What happens? Let's do San Jose. Okay, there you are. So if I go click the website here, that's what I come to. Okay, so there's your guys. All right, there you are. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is what you want to share with your name here, and then you click share, copy that, and that goes in here as an embedded website here.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, it just connects it all together. And then also I can immediately see you've got friggin' 503 reviews. Congratulations. 4.9. And that's just going to be right in center. That's the first thing they're going to see. So that for sure gives you that really great authority. But somebody's helping in just now. So, but yeah, I think other than that, let's look at some of the content pages. I think you're good. It's a little tiny. The text is a little small. How are we doing with mobile? Mobile's okay. It's not clean. We're kind of wrapping text here. So there's your locations. Okay. So I'm on San Francisco, local San Francisco. Estimate your move. So we kind of say this a lot. We passed screening qualifications. We kind of say that a couple times. Residential, but you know, you've broken down the content. You've got some subheadings. It's easy to follow. So the text wise, I mean, I think it's great. I just the branding. Personally, it's just the branding that I've had a bit of a problem with, and the photos. But yeah, I would for sure make sure that you're clear that this is always their homepage is your quote page right now. So I don't know how that's working with your SEO. I don't know if that's affecting your SEO right now.
Mhm.
But you might be in the middle, like you said, you're in the middle of probably redesigning.
Yeah, now we are. Yes, we
Yeah.
will for sure be redesigning all of it. Yeah.
Let me look at, is this set up? Okay, you got an H1 there, so that's good. Yeah, we're wait, are we saying the same thing? Are we not? How much is a Belmont? So is this the same content for every page? You're just changing this local Belmont moving?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, it's the same content. So this is it's just almost duplicate content, but you're using the word foster in like 4 different places. That's not, you got to really, let me show you an example. So Blue Walks, we've got our, let's look at Katy here. They're all the same. Right. We got the Katy map. We talk about Katy. We talk a little bit about Katy. We talk about the school district. We've got some of our Katy reviews. We've got Katy moving storage. We talk about frequently asked questions. How do I find boxes? How do I move to Katy? Does your Katy location, moving to Katy, read about moving schools, move blocks, you know, there's just Katy resources. So if you're going to have a location page, build on that. Make it like a legit, helpful foster city moving page or resource.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, build on the content as much as you can. Is that a photo? I can't tell if that's a photo or if it's that looks like it's a map. I guess it is. Yeah, he must have some, yeah, okay. Just really odd. You kind of, if you're going to have a foster map, make sure it says foster. Well, there it is right there, but you kind of want to be able to click on that to go to the foster map. But anyway, picky. So if I fill this out, what happens?
You'll basically be redirected and you'll be given a call back by one of our saleses.
I'm going to fill it out really quick. And Matt made a good point. I really thought this was a new company.
Yeah.
8 years. I really thought that like you just started your business. Let me just, all right, make this a thing where I can put my date in here. Oh, that's past 03, 09, 2, 2, 4. Bedroom house. What's a good zip code in San Jose? Well, I'm just going to put it here. I'm sure it's just so forth.
Yeah, it just
yeah, it's okay.
When our sales guys they give a call back, they basically see the zip code, and if it's for another location, you'll be basically redirected to another location from ours.
Okay, so at least I got a thank you page. That's good. But I would for sure have a video on here, and then with further instructions and say contact you ASAP. I would say within the next hour, like get really specific, 10 minutes or something. But yeah, at least you did that. That's good. Some people don't have that, so that's a good step. But awesome. San Jose movers. Oh, okay. There's your locations. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this is concerning me. Keep wanting to go back to it, but all right, I'm going to move on to foreign movers.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hopefully
Yeah,
it was
thank
somewhat
you.
helpful.
Yeah, this was definitely helpful.
Okay, good. And tell your developer I get it. Been there. So foreign movers. Is this you? Did I have the right one?
Yes. So
Okay.
that is that is the landing page that we have integrated as a website. So
Okay.
we don't want to put a website because it's just makes it a little bit more confusing for customers. And I know that they just want to get a move done quick, easy, and they want to find a reliable moving company. And through our reputation, through our reviews, they're already able to notice, okay, well, this company is a good fit for me because of all these reputations they have from the previous clients that they already serviced. So that's how we build it off a little bit through that connection and building that relationship instead of throwing information at them, be like, hey, this is this, and then having them to figure it out. So we like to explain it through them over the phone when we talk to them. And that's how we tend to get our clients, tend to build that relationship and continuously provide services for them in years of them moving around.
Okay. So how do you get your leads right now? Just purely for referrals?
So we have a lot of organic clients that find us through searches, and we have a lot of clients that integrate through Facebook or Instagram.
How are they finding you on
Ads.
search? How,
What was that?
how do they find you on search? How do
So
you
by
know?
organically, they just type in movers, and then we're the #1 company that always pops up through organic searches. So if you type in movers, so if you're located in Sacramento or Roseville, California, which we are located in Roseville, California, which is right by Sacramento, if you just type in movers, we will pop up as #1 company on that search. And a lot of clients just find us through that. Just type in moving company or movers. Yeah, if you put movers in Roseville, we will pop up because our location is in Roseville itself.
Oh, in Roseville? My family's in Roseville.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Roseville's
My in-laws. It is.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah. It's like I would say the new kind of Beverly Hills in Los Angeles. Kind of.
So
It's
what was
really
your
pretty.
phrase that you say people are using? Movers? What?
Just a moving company in Roseville, California, or movers in Roseville, California, and then we would just pop up as #1. Yeah, on the very top. Yep, right there. Foreign
So
movers.
you mean the business, the map is what you show up number. Okay.
Yes, yes, the map. My
Makes
apologies. I
sense.
could have been
No,
more.
it's okay. Yeah, like, wow, that's crazy. You have just
Yeah.
destroyed everything I believe in SEO by having a page like this showing up number 1. Yeah, I was about to cry. No, but yeah, I see now. That's great. Hey, good for you. That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Took us a while, but we got there.
So here's my feeling too, is, I mean, I can go through this site and I would instantly, just from, again, 25 years of doing this, I would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But again, if it's working for you, that's the thing. If it's working for you, great. My question would be is why, if I were to do paid ads, if you were to extend the number of leads that you get and you want to double, triple the leads you're getting and not just rely solely on Roseville on a map, I get the referrals, I get it. But if you want to expand and do paid ads or do Facebook ads or you'd have to expand your website. You'd have to have a page for residential moving, a page for commercial moving, or a page for just labor only. It's working for you now. I would just like push back a little bit and ask if you want to get more leads, or if you're happy where you're at, great. I just think that, to me, unless you're going to start doing Google local service ads, are you doing that?
Yeah, we are actually getting into the Google guaranteed part of Google. So we are definitely trying to get more customers and leads, of course. That is our objective. I just wanted, I understand what a website is for, is to put information out about the business so the customer knows. But at the same time, a lot of our clients that we interviewed, that we've had in the past, we have hundreds of clients, and they always said, well, we don't really look on every information on the website. We just go with the reviews and we go with what people say in the community of what companies they've used in the past and on what company to stay away from.
Right.
So that's what a lot of people have been saying. So I just want to make it easier for them as well, and kind of like, build that like, okay, well, this is what they're saying about this point. So we kind of adapt that in the business.
Cool. Yeah. Again, I would just, I'm always wondering how many people did show up. So the people you've interviewed are your current customers. So they already like you. I would wonder how many came to the site and went, nope, not for me.
So that's a good question, because we do see the insights, and we do get around 100 to 300 people that go through the website, or the landing page in this case, because I wouldn't really call it as a
Yeah,
website.
it's a landing page, yeah.
Yeah, so they will just look at it and then they will just put in a response like a quote form, and a lot of them they interact with it, but they just tend to be like, well, it's a little too expensive on my end. I'm gonna see if we can find another movie company that could be a little cheaper, but if not, we might just go with you. And that's typically the other route that customers tend to do. They want to find the most cheapest option for their budget.
No, I get it. Again, if it's working for you, that's fabulous. I just get folks that we double, triple the leads because we just capture just more people. And again, sometimes we try and get past the price point. It's not about price with some folks, not being the cheapest, not being the most expensive. You know, we've got one client that his average is $2,500 a move. And then we've got some people that are like, well, that's crazy. I'm at $700 a move. And that's just, everyone's different. So if this is working for you, I would just look at it again. If you're going to, Google local service ads are great. You don't need a full-blown website. It's kind of like Angie's. You just have it out there, and as long as you filled out everything and you got the criteria, great. Again, I just look at it from a branding, you know, as you grow, if you were to expand out and do more, you would have to build out you'd have to have a website, especially if you're trying to get in there organically past the map and get more into like Roseville. You know, if you look at Meathead Movers and some of these guys, but again, I'm not trying to sell you on building out a new website. If it's working for you, dude, awesome. Keep it up. It sounds like you got a really great conversion, a great sales process. You sound energetic. So it's probably more than anything is that your attitude toward the whole thing probably.
That's what a lot of them say. They say, we love your attitude. We love how you're understanding, you're quick to initiate a problem and be able to answer our questions, and you're always on top of it. And they love that about me. I think my sales kind of just sells it through my energy. But at the same time, I wanted to know, what would you do in this case? So I have this landing page. If I was to build out a full-on website, what would be the most important key factors to put on the website, or just have on the website, so I don't overdo it, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So first off, definitely get that checklist. When I do the replay and stuff, you'll get the link to it, but this has pretty much got everything in there. But for now, if you were to build this out, you would just need, one of my things, and I just start in the beginning, is having the phone number on the top of every page. And then the form. I don't know if I think I'm on your side when it comes to having a very quick conversion. Is the call is probably the most important thing. So I just feel like I don't like having call us today. I would rather have the phone number here. Because again, if I'm on my phone on my desktop, I don't know your phone number.
Got it.
Yeah. So I would change that little thing. But other than that, building out, I'm just one for transparency and authenticity. So I just really like people, your team, people at work. So I just really like building out a site that's just more community related. So if you're in Roseville, I just want Roseville, you guys in Roseville, being part of the community there, the team. And then obviously just from a basic website, breaking these down, you don't have to have a massive site right now. I just feel like at least a residential moving site, why you, what makes you different? Commercial moving, why you? I would even look if commercial moving, or is it office moving? In Houston, it's office moving. In New York, it's commercial moving. So just know that.
Got it.
Double check the key phrases, but moving labor, again, is that the right word that people are searching for? Moving labor or moving labor for hire? I don't know. But yeah, I would, and then the call now and save, because right now I'm on my phone, I'm on my computer, and it's going to open up my Google Voice. Not everybody has that. So just make sure you got the phone number. I do love this. We use other tools like this too to set up virtual estimates. So that's a nice feature. I love that because people get reminders, and again, it's an easy, quick conversion, right? Boom, they got an appointment. Boom, you got a relationship. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, easy payment. So things that make you different, I would for sure build that out. I would also include make sure you put your reviews here. You've got
they should be. I don't know why they're not showing, but we have an integrated tool that just puts the reviews out there, like a little slideshow.
Yeah, sometimes the API breaks.
I think that's what happened. I think I gotta go run that back and check it out again.
I would also incorporate some of the associations that you belong to. If you belong to the Movers, International Movers, association. I don't see is your license in here?
No, we do not add it on the license on there. No.
Okay, so like your tech stop license and your certifications and
The
you know,
MC, DOT.
yeah, you want to make sure you
Okay.
include all that. And then just the basic, the homepage, residential, commercial, moving labor, contact page, and about page. Just, you don't have, that's fine. Start there. It doesn't have to be, this insane level of content and stuff. It just depends on what your goals are. If you're looking for SEO, you're going to have to expand the website. But if you're doing great with maps and Google Local Service Ads, perfect. If you're going to get into Google paid ads, you will have to have specialized landing pages.
Got it.
Because you're going to have
Okay.
an ad group for Google for residential. Maybe you do piano moves. You're going to have an ad group for piano moves, all the keywords, and then you got to land on a piano move page. You can't
Got it.
land
So
on
like
a homepage.
So pretty much like a service tab that
Yeah.
shows like pianos moving, and then when you click on that, it's just directly about pianos.
Yeah, it could be. You could just have a landing page for it. So maybe you don't want the world to know that you do piano moves. You just want to have a specialized for an ad. It's up to you. Landing pages are meant for purely this to me is a landing page. There's nowhere else to go. I'm either going to
Yes.
call or get a quote. That's it. That's a landing
Yep.
page. You
Yep.
kind of do the same thing. Service pages is where you go into more detail about why you and the special things that you do and the packing that you do and photos and all that just stuff. The landing page is like, it's again, call, fill out the form, schedule an appointment.
Got it. So when they click on for example, the service tab and the menu tab, and they want to click on piano, it just directs them to a landing page where they could just put in a.
You could do that, or just don't even have it on the menu. It's just a totally separate campaign. You would have a piano move service page that talks about all the great things you do with pianos and all the pictures of the past pianos you've moved. And then for the paid ads, you'd have a landing page like this.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it.
like go.foreignmovers.com, and the subdomain isn't indexed anywhere. You might have a special coupon or special discount for piano movers if they order within the next 7 days, but you don't want that on the website. You just want it just for the people that come in from a paid ad.
Got it. Can you give me an example how it would look?
Yeah, let me see if I can find one. Hold on, we got one.
Because I'm more of a visual as well.
I know, me too. Me too. All right, let me pull one up really quickly. It's one of our clients here. Let me find him here. There you are. And sites. And yeah, here's one. So we did one. I don't know if it's quite done yet. I don't know if it's live yet. So here's an example. This is a landing page. You'll notice the app. Oh, wait, hold on. You don't want that yet. Hold on. Let me get the right URL for it. I don't know if they've done that yet. No. There we go. There we go. That's better.
Я опять не вспомнил носки отдать.
There we go. Okay. We use the moving up app. That's how we manage all this. So notice it's kind of like yours. It's just call or form, but this is beat the heat with our summer sale, right? I don't want this on the website. I don't want people to see this, and again, it's 2023. So we would update this for the upcoming summer season, but we will just, just like you, we've got a customer testimonials. We've got, why us, transparent pricing, top communication, moving services. Now this probably does send you out to other pages, but it's like at the very bottom of the page. And again, from a mobile standpoint, as I collapse it, it's all this stuff stays at the bottom. I have to tell my developer to get rid of that second one, but there's no menu. It doesn't, now I can click this and go to the home page, but the whole point is I really want people to stay here and just do one of these two things.
Got it. Okay. That makes more sense.
We'll have a Google paid ad about the summer discounts and
that's smart. That's really clever because I do the same, but I didn't think of it as like the way you're mentioning at the moment. So that's really clever. So I might
nothing special. I don't have any, there's no, we don't have things popping up. I don't have things moving around. There's nothing jumping at me. It's just like you. It's just very clean, here we are. This is what we do.
Yeah.
No, we do this? No? Good. All right, move on. So,
Got it. What tends to work the best for advertising, would you say? Would you say Google, social media,
no, that's a
third
good
party
question. It just
companies?
depends. It depends on your budget, depends on your competition, depends on the landing page, depends on your ad. There's Google local service ads, there's not a lot. You just got to set it up and maintain the leads as they come through. Make sure you're in there every day. Then with Google paid ads, it's where do you want to add? How much budget do you have? Who's your competitors? How much do you want to spend on this? You can go 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000. I guarantee you the bigger guys are in the millions.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, that is very, very true. Because the more you spend on ads, the more you get the results from the customers.
I wouldn't say that. I was watching somebody he was a plumber actually up in Anchorage, and he was sharing his Google ads. And I'm looking at it, and he's touting, he must be spending 10K a month. And I'm looking at it like I could probably half his budget the way he's organized his campaign, because he opened it up and he was like showing like where he's grouped everything. And I'm looking at it like, like, what have you done? I mean, he must be wasting so much money. So yes,
yeah.
you could just pump
Most
money
definitely.
into this thing. Yeah. But if you're not doing it right, you'll be wasting all kinds of money and your ROI just goes to but the bigger you get, you just don't watch it as closely. So
That is true. That is
but
very true.
small business, you're $1 million, 2 million, then yeah, you're kind of watching it closely.
Yeah,
You should.
so that's what I've been just doing. I've been just seeing, okay, so we're doing this, what are the results, the insights, the impressions, who's actually reacting to the posts and pages. So I've been analyzing that, but I've also noticed, like you said, other companies spending a lot of money on advertising. For example, I have a friend who does roofing.
Oh, that's really expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So they spend a lot of money on advertising. They spend a couple $1,000s a day because they do it by for per day, the budget. So they spend like over $1,000 a day for their budget that they usually set. And then he says that tends to always cause an issue. So when I looked at his website, it wasn't really descriptive. There's no landing page. It was just like, hey, just give us a call. And then on the very bottom, I had a calendar. So I was just like, well, you should probably switch the website the way it's presenting the customer's view from the first time. And then also, I would suggest having customers always ask, well, I would change this about the website and get a full interview about it. So I think that's what he's been doing, but I've noticed that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So that does play a big role. If you don't have a proper page that kind of gets direct to the point and where the customer can put a request for a quote or for a call, then they're going to be a little confused and they're going to just go to another company. So
Wait,
yes, I do agree with you on that.
Or do you have two different locations? Because this one's got 49 reviews.
Yep, that's the location that we are located at in Roseville.
Okay, I thought you had more reviews. Didn't I see you had more reviews?
Oh,
Careful
no,
of this. You can get banned, or not banned, but suspended if you add extra key phrases in your title. So just be careful with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You'll notice that, College Hunks gets away with it. I don't know how. But honestly, they should be College Hunks hauling, and this really shouldn't be allowed. But don't worry too much about it. Just be careful. If you do get suspended, that might be why. But sorry, we're going off topic of web designs, but conversions, but
no,
so
you're all
anyway,
good.
yeah.
So,
Anyway, I could sit here and talk with you guys forever. So, but I gotta go. I gotta pick up my daughter. Let me finish out real quick. Let me get started a little bit further down here. I do have, just make sure what your top action tips are. Just make sure you walk away with 3 things that you're going to do. And, I've got all kinds of free photo shoot lists. I've got digital marketing lists, a conversion list, all kinds of resources. If you go to my website under resources, most of that stuff should be in there, but feel free. I don't know if you can see that. That's one of the links here. I'll put it in the chat. Let's see if I can get it in here. So that's the photo shoot checklist just for movers. And let's see here. If you want to schedule some time with me to get a proposal, usually we just kind of have a 15-minute chat to see where you're at, see if you need to grow. happy to have that conversation too. I do a audit on our second strategy call. We'll kind of go into detail, but feel free to reach out. Where's my other one here? Another one is the internet marketing checklist. That's one. Then I do have the annual worksheet, which every December and January, I have a webinar where I go through and help you guys set up your goals, your leads, your income, your gross revenue, try and figure out what your marketing budget should be. But that will help you kind of figure out what that looks like. And then the other one is just kind of it goes along with it. And that's the annual workbook, which goes along with the spreadsheet and the checklist of everything. So feel free. And let me go back up. I will get you the website conversion checklist, which is here. And that's this one. So go to town, download, have some fun. Thank you everybody for coming. And
Yeah, thank you for the
hopefully-
information.
Oh, of course. Yeah, just reach out. You know, I'm on Instagram and YouTube, Facebook. So if you ever just kind of have a question, I'm here. So thanks everybody. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Talk to you later.